Hey, what's up, fam? I know it's been a few, and I do apologize, but I'll be honest with you, it's been a hell of a few weeks for me. I lost my favorite kitten, Nikita. That's pretty hard, and things with the wife aren't they're not necessarily getting worse. They're not necessarily getting better. Maybe a little worse. I don't know. I'm giving her a lot of space now, so I haven't spoken or reached out to her for a couple weeks, which it is what it is. I did start therapy this past Monday. That was good. That was good, and there's a lot there for me to unpack with her. Not with you guys, obviously. Her, that between her and I, a little bit personal. Though I do share some of my personal stuff here on YouTube because it does help out people. So first off, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the support that you give. Really appreciate it. I am over 4 months clean from Adderall. That was my amphetamines has been my drug of choice. I'm an addict. I have not been on methamphetamines in probably 12, 13 years. And I've been clean off of Adderall, which was I was on it for about 7 years. And I struggled. I tried to maintain and use it properly, but I struggled. You know, it is what it is. But for an addict to have to maintain the addiction, control the addiction, and control isn't actually an illusion. It's not. You can have control over your addiction. And I did for many years. I would slip, obviously. And over the last period, I slipped a lot. There were Adderall shortages throughout the nation constantly. There still could be, I don't know. But it was constantly happening. And I was on it for a month, maybe off of it for a month, on it for a couple months, off of it for a couple months. It was up and down, up and down. Adderall blunts my emotions, so I don't have overabundance of feelings. And when I'm not on Adderall, I have way too much feeling. So here I am. I'm off Adderall for 4 months, and I feel positive about it. I lost a little bit of that drive amphetamines, whether it's Adderall, methamphetamines, they mass produce dope for ADHD people, well, other people too, but for ADHD people, we have to have dope. So at least that's the way I'm looking at it. I see it, or have seen it. I don't know. Long story short, I feel good about not being on it. I'm thinking more clear, but I don't have a lot of productive days. I believe I'm in a burnout stage right now where I have dealt with a lot of mental trauma over the last few months, because we are 4 months on separation as of Monday. So 4.5 months clean off Adderall and 4 months separated. I realize that, thinking clearly now, I realize there's some things that was really affecting me, and that was living in fear. I've been living in fear for months now of losing my wife, and that has had a pretty adverse effect on me. That, I believe, is a good portion of why I feel burned out. And if you're not familiar with the term burnout in the sense that I'm using it as, there's a lot of videos on it. It's a thing that people with ADHD go through, people who are on the autistic spectrum go through, and other disorders that people suffer through. They all have their own burnout. For me, it takes away the want to be able to get out there. I feel hopeless a lot of time, kind of trapped a little bit. I told the therapist I felt like I'm not motivated, but yeah, I told her I bought some new tennis shoes to go out, start getting to the gym, start walking more. And she's like, well, you have motivation. You're just burned out. So that made sense to me. And it kind of looks like depression in a way, but it's really not depression. And that's what it is. It's burnout. So that's kind of what I've been dealing with right now is burnout. And it's affecting the fear of losing my wife is affecting me in a lot of ways. So being ADHD, I have impulse control problems. I have emotion regulation problems. I have intrusive thoughts constantly, which are those little movie scenarios, basically a movie trailer of something that could be happening, but obviously isn't happening. The problem with that is emotion gets attached to that thing, and whether it happens or not, I still feel like it happened. So it's like double jeopardy, I guess. I don't know. That's the way to really explain it, but that's how I feel like it, or I think it is. With the ADHD, I'm dealing with intrusive thoughts a lot, and that has me burned out. But I can say this, through the burnout, I did get out this morning. I looked over at my tennis shoes. I got me a new pair of Essies, and they're very comfortable. They're not super expensive. They're not super cheap. But the first pair I bought over a year ago, and there's still tread on the bottom. For a guy that's bow-legged and had gone through shoes constantly growing up as a kid, having a shoe last over a year to me is amazing. And they're still very comfortable, and they're still very, very good. So I bought some workout shoes from them, and I put them on this morning, and I took off up the Swamp Rabbit Trail, which is a Rails for Trails program. They pull the railroad track up and they pave over it, and that way people can walk. It's like a 17, 18 mile journey from here into downtown Greenville into a park down there. I've never been the full trail. Usually, the farthest I've gone is Furman University, which is about 2 miles up the road. This morning, I only went up to our local Trailblazer Park, which is where our amphitheater is behind our city hall police station. We're in a small town, which I think maybe is just under a mile. I probably walked about a mile and a half today. It took me about 45 minutes to do that, and I did sit for probably about 3 or 4 minutes just to kind of give my knees a break. I jogged a little bit. That's not something I'm going to be doing much of because my joints are worn out. I have degenerative disc disease, which isn't just your discs, it's all the cartilage in your body, arthritis, all that stuff. So the knees were kind of fussing about it. I got back to the house, immediately kind of crashed on the couch, took a nap actually, but I felt good. When I got up, I made eggs and hash browns, some homemade potato, cut them up. I made hash browns, yo. That's what I made. Anyways, we're going to eat. Okay, so I like to keep these under 10 minutes, and I am, long story short, which we've already been through everything, I'm okay. I do the work that works for me, and I am getting better on a daily. I have my ups and my downs, but I know that every day that goes by, I am a little bit better than I was. I do know that. I maintain my house, I maintain my physical, and I'm trying to maintain my mental state. I do work out regularly, and here at the house, I just basic calisthenics, but yeah, so that's it right there in a nutshell. I'm trying to stay fit. I'm putting on pounds, and I've been eating, keeping in my budget. So everything I'm doing, aside from getting back on the company stuff, is positive growth for me. Staying up with my grocery shopping, something I never did before. The wife handled all that stuff. Maintaining my budget, something I never did before because the wife handled all that stuff. Cleaning the house on a daily, something the wife always did. Things that I didn't usually have to take care of, I'm taking care of daily. And that does feel good for me to be able to do that. So that's positive growth, right? You got to look at it like that. Even if those are small things that you weren't doing before that you're now doing on a regular basis, is positive growth. If you're doing it negatively, then it's negative growth, but then you're growing in a negative way, but you're still growing. But yeah, so guys, I really appreciate everything, all the comments from before, lots of views from before. That was pretty crazy. I'm almost to 500 subs. I don't ask for subs, but if you want to throw me one, I appreciate it. I'm going to try to keep up with the videos. Like I said, I lost my cat. She was my baby girl, and she was only 2 years old. She went out on a night where it stormed, and she never came back. And I'm afraid she got trapped in the water drains down there and got flushed out somewhere. That'd be the second female in a few years that we lost. That was very, very, very close to me. So yeah, Nikita, I miss her so much, and her brother does. You can tell more. But she's been gone almost 4 weeks now. And when I ask where his sister's at, he always looks straight down the road down there. So I don't know. If she was out there, I'm sure she would have made it home. So I'm just hoping that she's okay, and if not, that she didn't suffer. That's all I worry about. Anyways, guys, I appreciate everything, and I'm going to chop this down because I'm over 10 minutes, and I will talk to y'all on the flip. Hopefully in the next week or two. I'll be doing therapy sessions every Monday, or at least on every week for now, until I can decide if I need less or the therapist says I need less. But right now she's like, yeah, every week is needed for you. Because I'm a mess. What can I say? But who isn't, right? We're all human, and we all make mistakes. We all do the best we can while we're doing it. And I got a lot of friends who are kicking me in the ass right now and telling me to get up off my ass. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Hopefully. I say that, it's time to do it. Peace.